Well. Welcome, everyone. This is Austin. It's December 29th. 2 days, I guess, from turning the page, TikTok. I'm here with Coach Renee Easterling, dating coach. Has been working with men for the past 5 years, helping them create healthier dating lives. So I'm all
Mhm.
ears. I'm excited to bring this to you. We're going to be talking about dating specifically to men, but ladies, should we let the ladies listen, Renee?
Yes,
So, okay.
definitely.
So the ladies are allowed to listen to. We're going to talk about dating. Is dating even real? Does it exist now? Especially going into 2022, because we know that relationships is one of the key areas during this time. And I'm sure Coach Renee will add more to this. But are you thinking about, like, is this the year I'm going to meet somebody, or I'm just going to stay single, or I'm plotting my escape? I need to start dating again, or whatever, wherever you find yourself. So, Renee, I want to welcome you back to the show here, and let's get into it.
Well, hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Coach Renee Easterling, and I am your dating and relationship coach. My mission is to help you understand your self worth, values, and help you build healthy relationships. My job is to empower and equip you for all of your successful needs with dating. And I'm looking forward to being here today with Austin as we discuss relationships. So, yeah, get
Yikes,
ready
let's,
for it.
let's do it. Let's do it. Are you single? That's a good thing. Are you single right now? Because obviously, if you're dating, you want to be single, right? That's goes with
That's
the
the
territory.
goal.
Yeah. So, but I want to talk about the lay of the land right now. Like, if we look at, what do you think the general perception is in this space? Whether you're a Gen Z, a millennial, a Gen X, or even if you're a baby boomer and you're going back into this dating world of trying to attract that mate. Typically, if you're hearing this, I always say, I've been to the circus, I've seen all the clowns, right? You ever heard that? So maybe you've been through a lot of things in a relationship, and you're trying to make sense of this with the online dating. What should you do? So, Renee, what do you think the general census is? And I know this is a loaded question because it really depends, but what would you say about this in terms of what it looks like out there right now?
So, a lot of single people have this term that they say, well, this cliche where they say it's a lot of piss in the pool, referring to a lot of crap in the dating pool. And I can agree with that because there are a lot of people who really aren't clear on their goals and why they're dating. And then you even have some that should not even be in the pool, meaning they're already in relationships or married or just emotionally unavailable. So, what happens, the people who really are looking for relationships are getting frustrated because there are a lot of people who aren't really clear or stable on the dating process or actually their goals on what they want. So that's the terminology that everybody's saying, is that there is a lot of piss in the pool.
Eh,
So
That's a very poignant saying, if you will, and it's probably true. Now, gosh, the thing that comes up for me is when I'm thinking about this. This is Austin talking. I feel like there's a part of us that want to be swept away into some
mhm,
relationship where
mhm,
it just magically, miraculously works out.
right.
And we might violate some principles where, just for that one chance, like, oh my God, what if it works out? So we lay down on our laurels. We
Mhm,
maybe we ignore a red flag. She was really hot. I mean, she was smoking hot. And of course, right. And I don't know if you heard earlier, but I did a video on summing up men and women in one word each. So I can talk
mhm,
about that again. But I'm wondering if the whole like ecosystem is wrong, and then people go into it, and it because it's almost like you're set up to fail. Does that make sense? Like if there's a lot of pee in the pool, like you're saying, well, if I get in the pool, I'm going to get pee on me, right? I mean, it's not like I can get in the pool and not get pee on me, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So when I clarify that, what I'm saying is that's the perception. And that is the perception of most people. But the problem isn't the dating pool, it's the people that's in the pool. It's the mindsets. It's how we've experienced our own personal dating prior to being single again. For example, if you were in a relationship and it didn't turn out very well, that relationship has shaped your mindset on every other relationship after that. And so we tend to bring those traumas and those experiences into the dating pool. And so we think this person is going to do us the same as the other person. We never go in with a clear canvas. We never people do not go into dating with a clear canvas. They go into it with colors already on the canvas. So that it's a preconceived notion that all men are dogs, all women are gold diggers, all women are, want this. And it's only because in the previous relationship, we had a bad experience. And so now we are bringing baggage to someone who has totally innocent, has never done anything to us, or is not even capable of doing these things to us, but yet they're going to get the brunt of it from what another man or woman has done to you. Then we're going to take that and we're going to push those perceptions and thoughts and project it on other people. And so now we have trust issues. Now we are insecure because the other relationship made us feel a certain way. And so that's where the all the inconsistencies come from our past experiences. Does that make sense?
It
And
does. What do we do? Are we doomed? I mean, like, how do we get out of this? Because it seems like if we've come out of a bad situation and we've been hurt, and we're not doing the work,
mm-hmm.
and we're going out, and what I've seen is you go find another person because you think the person was the problem.
Right.
Right? You think that person was, they weren't the right fit for me. They were toxic. They
right.
were whatever, pick up a term. And
Mm-hmm.
then we go out and we're like, I'm going to find somebody new.
Right. So it's the rule of thumb is if you can look back at 3 relationships that you've been in, and all of them resembled each other, all relationships were pretty much the same, then common sense says you're the problem because you keep attracting the same type of women or the same type of men. And so what that tells me, if someone, when I coach someone and there's a pattern of the same type of relationships and the same type of issues, it tells me that there's something within you that's continuing to draw those people into your life, whether it's past traumas, whether it's childhood issues, whether it's environmental, whether it's some deep rooted issues that you have not dealt with. It's constantly it's coming back up, and it's a constant reminder that you need to deal with those issues. Okay, let's talk about being sick, for example. Okay, and I think I brought this up before. Sinus infection.
Before you get into that, I want to just honor folks that are on here. Let us know if you're single. What has your experience been? Is it a jungle out there? Is it crazy? Are you not even dating? Maybe you're not dating right now. Maybe you're like, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know where to start. And actually, the sun is coming out here for me, so that's a really good sign for all of us. So Carmen is single. All right, Carmen, glad you're here. Okay, back to you, Renee. I just want to let us know where you stand, because this is for you. We're doing this as a really as a public service today, and there's always
Mhm.
an invitation to connect. But
And feel free to ask questions.
yeah, ask a question. My gosh, ask a question. Renee's been doing
Yes.
this for 5 years, helping men. Ladies,
And women. Hmm.
you're doing today. She's helping women as well. But please ask a question, make a comment, let us know where you are,
Hmm.
please. Okay, back to you, Renee.
So I would say if you consistently see the same patterns in every relationship, then it's time for you to say, you know what, let me pull back, let me regroup. I need to see a therapist and I need to work through some issues that I have. For example, if you attract men or women that are very clingy, needy, and I'm saying in a toxic way, then there may be some issues that you have that aren't dealt with, because we tend to attract what we are. And a lot of people disagree when I say that, but
Yes.
it's
What about opposites attract?
exactly. And not even just opposites, but birds of a feather flock together. You know, when I was going through a lot of hurt and poor relationships, all of my friends that I was associated with, we could get together and just have pity parties because we all were attracting that. But the moment I started doing the inner work, it seems like those type of friends kind of fell off. And then as I was facing some other issues in my life, I attracted other friends and people who were experiencing the same thing. They were a mirror image of me.
Yes. All right, I got to stop for a moment because I got Gio on here. Gio's a young guy who's doing some great things in the world. And I want to highlight what he's saying here because I think this is really important.
He says, I'm currently single. I'm not dating because I do not know
All right.
where to start and can't seem to connect with anyone. Okay, I understand. And that is the best thing to do, is to step away, because what happens, we tend to hurt other people, or we project our selves onto other people.
Well, yes. So I agree with you. But what if you've done a lot of work on yourself and it's hard, like, and you're looking at your generation or the people that are in your sphere. And this can be for younger generation. It can be for people that are out dating again. And you're
Mhm.
going like, I'm not, and thank you, Anilda. Exactly. I'm not resonating with what I see out there.
Mhm.
So what if you find yourself in that place where you're looking around? What would you suggest, Coach Renee, about this?
So my suggestion would be willing to go outside of your comfort zone. Okay? That's just like if you were jobless and you really, really needed a job and you couldn't find one in your city that you lived in. You have to be willing to travel outside of your area. You have to be willing to do some untraditional dating things like online to meet people that you normally wouldn't meet. You have to be willing to maybe lower some of your list. The check, we have a list in our head of what we want. Sometimes it's not rational, or it's unrealistic. So we have to, and as a coach, I would sit down with you to determine why you're not connecting. Because it may not actually be that you don't have the tools. It may be you're just unaware of some things that you need to do.
I think that's a really good message. I think that we can live in our box and our circle, and as opposed to being open to something that might be outside of the norm. Um, but like you said earlier, if we've come out of a relationship, we've had a bad experience, we are maybe, and we haven't done the work. And when we can talk about what's the work, because people say, well, what's the work? I don't know. I'm willing to do the work. I don't know what the work is, right?
Mhm.
And I just personally believe that we do better and we start to do the work, we attract better. But
I agree.
I think we need a different perspective on dating personally.
Okay.
I think when you go into a dating context, the pre-notion of this, like sometimes we're too loaded with expectations and we don't allow the flexibility of
Right.
to know. And I always say, like, and this is a quote that I said, don't try to get the person, because guys, we want to get the hot girl, we want to get the good looking girl or the whatever. Women, and again, I'm speaking very generally, so this is not the case, but
Right.
women want to get that successful guy, but don't try to get them. What if we just focus and said, I'm going to get to know them. I'm going to get to know them, and I'm going to suspend the expectations. And again, I know there's chemistry, but maybe you need to defer the physical part, because I don't know. This is me. I feel like people hook up very quickly today.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, like first date, second date, third date. If we didn't sleep together, what's wrong? And I know these younger women, if a guy didn't try to sleep with them in 3 dates, they think something's wrong with them.
Right. Yeah. The problem with us as singles, we're not patient, number one, because we're feeling the weights of our friends and their relationships and social media. So we're starting to look at different, what we think are good relationships on social media, or, it's the look of it. And we want that. We want the TV relationships. We want the fairy tale type relationships. And so we crave that because everyone has a need to be needed or to be wanted or to be loved. And so we start settling, or we start dating people just to fulfill a need.
Yes.
And so once they can't fulfill that need, or once they can't fulfill the expectations, we say something is wrong with them. But in all actuality, it's our perception. It's how we feel. We're projecting our wants and needs, and we think everybody is supposed. Okay, let me give you a prime example.
Yes, please.
Women that want to be married, they don't focus on the relationship. They focus on the wedding. Does that make sense? So we want the wedding, we want the bells, we want the glitz, the glamour, we want the dresses, we want the attention, we want to feel like a queen, a princess. So we focus more on those type things instead of, I want to build something with him, I want to know him, I want to spend time with him. But we're focused on the end goal. We're not setting our mind on where we are right now. I just want the husband. I just want the relationship. I just want to be loved. I just want to feel this. Yes. And so when that man does not connect with that, we feel like something is wrong with him. But he's just not ready for what we're ready for. Yes. So there's nothing wrong with him. We're just in different places.
Yes. Well, that's beautifully said. I wish I had a mirror here. I'm going to have to get a mirror for the next show, because I really think that, and I'm going to share my own story here, but I just want to call out Gio. Gio, thanks for being vulnerable, brother, and sharing your story. You know what, man? I think a lot of people can relate to this. Cheated on because of coming off of a 200-pound weight loss journey. My past relationships definitely affected my perception of dating now. So just honoring this is super powerful, by the way. So I just want to honor you, because I know for me, if I'm transparent, I failed in relationships over and over again. I didn't have a good model, but that's not an excuse, because I didn't spend the time. I didn't know what I didn't know. So I go out, I get in relationships. I don't show up the way I'm supposed to show up.
Right.
Maybe I select the wrong person because I'm not being true to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it blows up. And then when it blows up, I could have just blamed, but eventually I got to the place where it's the mirror. Like,
right.
It's me. Like, I got to look in the mirror. I got to say, it's me. What did I not do? Because the moment if I'm living in what someone else did, I am stuck. And
right.
it's almost like pulling the wool over your own eyes. Like you're caught up in what someone else did to you, but you're not looking at your part. And your part could have been so small,
Right.
but like we still need to address it because that's where we grow. And so this is really powerful.
But Austin, it's so easy for us to put the blame on someone else. It's
Yes.
easy because we don't want to look at ourselves. We don't want to be honest with ourselves. We don't want to take accountability. Because when a female or a male tells me, she cheated or he cheated, so the first thing I say is, because I know it didn't happen overnight. Cheating is never overnight.
No.
Nothing happens overnight in a relationship. You don't grow apart overnight. You don't have issues overnight. For example, when my male clients talk to me, they've been cheated on. Mm-hmm. And I ask them, okay, why did she cheat on you? And then the truth starts coming out. Well, I wasn't spending enough time with her, or she was complaining about this, or she kept, because most of the time women are saying what the problem is. We're crying out. We're letting you know, this hurts. I don't like this. You spend too much time at work, or you never make time for me. And so she's not just cheating on you because she wants to be with someone else. She cheated because, and this is no excuse. I'm not advocating.
Right. I think that's a really good distinction. Yeah.
But I just want people to take accountability and say, you know what? I don't like the fact that she cheated on me, but I can say she did complain. She did bring it to my attention, but I was too stubborn to see that there was a need, or that she had a problem.
Yeah.
Or that I was the problem.
And I think this is a really good point, and I want to share this, and then I want to see what Carmen means by this, because I want to grab that. Think about it this way. This just came to me. Imagine that you got an environment that creates a healthy relationship. It's everything you dreamt about. And then you have this other environment that can happen and create bad things to happen. In the relationship, the environment that we create, we have to put into it to create the environment of health. Conversely, this other environment, there may be a few people that won't cheat when things are stressed. But when we're unconscious and we allow this other environment because we're not putting into the relationship, we may create an environment where infidelity can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always your fault. However, there's something that you need to take responsibility for. I think that's the point. Like, it's not my fault the person cheated on me.
Right.
But there's something that I need to take care of. And that might be, you need to be more true to yourself and attract better. You might need to grow to attract better, because maybe that person, you could have never created the environment because you didn't show up earlier on. Like in my case, I was a peacemaker. So I didn't show up when I needed to, because I came from a broken home, bad relationships. So conflict wasn't an area to grow. Conflict was, something's wrong with us. Something's wrong with our family.
Right.
Something's wrong with me. So boom, I don't want to deal with that. Now I just subconsciously contributed to the environment where bad things can happen.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right. Mm-hmm. And to add to that, we're never true to ourselves. We're never honest.
Oh, wait, talk to me about this. What do you mean?
Okay. So when I first divorced, and I blamed my ex-husband for the marriage not working. And then as I look back, when I started doing the work, the inner work, I realized what I did to contribute to some of the behaviors. And I started realizing why I attracted him into my life, which was same as most people, broken home, father abandoned, so I wanted my husband to be what my father wasn't. So those were issues that I had, and I brought that into the marriage with expectations that he was going to meet those demands, and he didn't even know it. He had his own issues that he was projecting on me. His whatever his issues were, he brought that into the marriage. And then I brought my daddy issues into the marriage. And so he didn't know he was having to wear shoes of a deceased man. And so I wanted him to rescue me. He didn't know that. And I didn't know that that's really what it was. But all I know is I need you to do this. I need you to show up for me. I need you to protect me. I need you to say this. I need you to do this. I need this. I need that. And it became overwhelming. And then when he started pulling away, I started thinking, well, why me and what's wrong? I played the victim. But when I realized that I had to let go of those expectations and stop making every man suffer for what my dad did. And I stopped doing that because I was aware of it.
Yeah.
But we're not true to ourselves. We're not being honest.
No, we're not. And I know I've been in relationships where there was unforgiveness toward the father. Like, you got to forgive your father.
Right. Or anybody, any person, because the problem, those people still control your relationships when you allow them to show up in your relationship in so many ways. Even when I thought that a man is supposed to just show up, on the horse and rescue me, and I didn't understand that that's not their responsibility to make me happy.
Yeah. Let me grab some shares here. So let's just grab some of this. So I think, okay, Carmen, thanks for sharing this, Carmen, and being transparent here. When women share concerns, men tend to ignore and say she is complaining. Okay. That's a classic thing that can happen in a relationship. This is like we need to do an event. How about we do a live event on this? And this is what we're thinking about next year. Let us know if you'd like us to do a live event, or I was going to host one next year on relationships. What do you think? Would you attend something like that? Would you be open to that? And not just romantic, but every relationship.
All relationships.
What if you could improve all your relationships? They say your greatest pain and your greatest fulfillment comes through your relationships. What if you could improve your relationships? What if we have an event next year? Let us know if you'd like to attend something like that. Okay.
I want to address what she said, because that is a very valid point you made, Carmen. Okay. I have 2 grandsons. And when yes. So whenever we approach a man, they can feel your frustrations. They can feel the energy behind how you feel. So whenever I need my grandsons to act right or to do something, or when I want to relay a message, the first thing I do, I call them, I say, hey, sweetheart, or hey, baby. I'm very soft with them. So it's a lot of the times our delivery on how we get our issue across to a man. So if you come to him and you say, we need to talk, he goes into defense mode. Already he already knows, oh gosh, here we go again. Or if you say, I hate it when you do this, or I need you to do this. We have this list of you didn't do this, and we don't take into consideration that they're starting to feel offended. So there's a technique that I teach on. My grandmother used to always say, you can draw more bees with honey than you can vinegar. So you have to relay your message in a different way. Be sweet with your message, and
I want to add on this, because there's a deeper part to this that I think is important. Women communicate different than men.
I agree.
Right. So if you're communicating to another woman, she might get hurt, but there'll be a connection there. With a man, and I'll speak for myself, growing up, not having some self-worth issues.
Mm-hmm.
So I had some self-worth issues, and then a woman's not communicating to me the right way. So I'm immediately, number one, she's being disrespectful. Number two, I'm feeling that lack of worth. She's hitting and then close up. So there's a lot to the delivery, and especially if we just understand that In a lot of cases, you're dealing with a little boy. So when things are stressed, you're dealing with a little boy. And conversely, if there's hurt or something's going on, you might be dealing with a little girl. So you're speaking to an adult, but we can go, I call it little boy or little girl mode. We go
Yeah.
into this mode, and it's like everything, the dynamic of the relationship changes when we're in that state of mind.
Mhm.
Healthy, it's hard to connect and get healthy communication through.
Right.
So delivery is everything, and understanding, what's happening is really important. There's a quote that says, if you heal the boy, the man will appear. And sometimes you
Right.
may be communicating in a way where you're not healing, you're actually causing that person to go deeper into themselves.
Mhm. Mhm. I totally agree with that, because if you think about it, let's you know how you apply for credit and or a job, and the first thing they do is say thank you for applying, although your resume was superb or great. We found someone that was more fitting for the job. So what that does, it lets you know that we thank you for applying. But so whenever you're going to share something with someone, your delivery and timing is everything. So if you acknowledge the good things that they've done, honey, I love it when you cook. Your food is wonderful. But when you make my pasta, can you just do this because you know I love it and you do such a great job? So it's basically how you give that message. So if you come to a person when you're angry, they're going to feel that. They're going to feel all of your emotions when you deliver that message. So sometimes when I coach someone, I'll tell them you may need to set aside some time one day a week where you discuss the issues. And it's not every day that you should do that, because then it's going to sound like you're complaining. But if it's a specific time, Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, this is when we discuss the issues on this particular day time. And you can even set aside a place where you do it. So that way there is no comfortable place and you just start lashing out.
Yeah,
Does that
emotion causes reaction without fully understanding, right? So
right?
that first initial response may not be what's really going on, and that's why,
Right.
Mandy, thanks for sharing that. Respond with understanding, not reaction.
Right.
So that's a great share there. And what else here, Mandy? You had another great share here. Let's see, how we present is the key. Why not begin with praise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Acknowledge the good in someone first, then discuss the problem, then finish with more praise. Build and support, don't tear down. This is one-on-one stuff. And even if you
Right.
listen, so I know this, but I got to tell you, it feels a whole lot better when somebody does this, even though I know what they're doing. I know what they're doing, right?
Right.
But it's still, I appreciate it and I feel better, as opposed to just somebody coming in and just, lashing out and whatever. So let me grab this because this is important. And this will be right in your sweet spot.
Says, how can we do better as men? I feel the question is ignored. Sometimes it's not answered because some women feel we need to know already, but some men truly don't know from past experiences or trauma. When you say, how can you do better, Giovanni, in what way? What do you mean?
Yeah. So what way do you want to do better? Let's get that question answered right now as men in the dating world. And, I think that men and women, my hope and wish is that we create more balance in the world and that we appreciate each energy. I feel that feminism is a response to lack of acceptance of feminine energy by men.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that men is masculine energy is typically logical driven. Yeah, that's why I said it's like earlier today. I said masculine is conquer, climb the mountain, break through, break free, get to the next thing, climax, pause, do it again. Women is all about connecting to everything, feeling everything. I want the connection to continue. And if we can understand those two energies, we can show up better.
So let me add something to what you're saying, Austin. Men and women both operate in feminine and masculine energy.
Yes.
So women tend to see more of the masculine energy in men because that's what they project. And then
Yes.
when they come home, they don't know how to connect emotionally. Number one is because they've been taught, men have been taught that that's weak or that's not manly for you to be vulnerable or to express yourself. Or
Yes.
maybe that man has been vulnerable, and then there was this woman operating in masculine energy that beat him down and made him feel less than. So there's responsibility on both ends. So if you are dating someone and you can't be true to yourself, then it's maybe not a good idea that you're dating that person. Or maybe you all need to take some classes or get some coaching to help you communicate better.
The sun is busting through here. Look at this. Can you see it? It's just all of a sudden, it's like, woo. So it's a good sign. I agree with you on this 1000%. And I think that, again, the awareness that we bring, women are working. So a lot of women may go and they may be in their masculine energy during the day. They come home, they're not shifting gears or vice versa.
Right.
And I think that if we can get back to our true nature, we can start to create that balance again and necessary to create polarity, passion, fun, joy, all the things we want to experience in a relationship. And that, conscious polarity can create the beautiful dance between a man and a woman, feminine and masculine. Unconscious polarity can cause storms, things to break down. But even in that, there's something to be revealed. Let me just grab Gio's clarifying. Hold on. That's not the one. Here it is. There you go. So do better in the sense of meeting the needs and expectations of the woman.
Okay. So anytime you feel inadequate or insufficient, that has nothing to do with the woman. That has all to do with how you feel within yourself. That is a lack of confidence or a lack of self-love. And so when you feel confident in who you are, people will attract. That's the energy that attracts people. That is what the expectations of you, when you set the tone of who you are and what you possess and what you have, people accept you. Like when you go to McDonald's, you don't ask for tacos. Does that make sense? When you go to McDonald's, you know what's on the menu. You know they specialize in hamburgers. They've made that known. They specialize in hamburgers and French fries. When you go to Taco Bell, you know they specialize in tacos. So when people know who you are, or when you project that, your confidence, they accept that. As a matter of fact, confidence is sexy. So we accept what people give and who they are. But when you lack confidence, we tend to make you be what we want you to be.
So, yeah, I mean, so he's asking, how do you sense meeting the needs and expectations of the woman? Right?
Number one, communication is key. You have to communicate because every woman is different. Her love languages are different. Her needs are different. So in the initial dating stage, you have to figure out what it is that she loves and what it is that makes her feel loved and feminine. And so that comes through talking, that comes through getting to know a person, that comes through asking questions.
Yeah. And listen, if it was easy and it was just like steps 1, 2, 3, 4, it would be, but it would be simple, but it's not. And I'm going to say something I could get myself in a lot of trouble here, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm not here to make a woman happy.
Right. That's true. I agree.
My next relationship, I'm not getting into it to make the woman happy.
Nope.
But I will love the woman and be true to myself and then learn what makes her happy. Learn the appreciation. What does she appreciate?
Right.
And the reason why I said that priority is very very key. And I think it goes to what you were saying, is that if you're constantly pandering and trying to meet the woman's needs, you're not being confident in who you are.
And you lose yourself in the process.
Right. And then you lose yourself. And this is the nice guy syndrome. And I approach relationships completely differently. I approach relationship coaching completely differently than anyone else that I've met, because I think that there's too much of save the relationship, make the man happy, make the woman happy. There's too much of that. That doesn't work. It's not working. We need to have a different perspective that empowers us as individuals.
That's why it's important for people to do the work within,
Yes.
because you want people to do what you can't do for yourself.
Right.
And that is the biggest hurdle in relationships. People want other people to make, if you give somebody the responsibility to make you happy, you also give them the responsibility to make you angry, to frustrate you, all of that. So no one can make me anything. You can't make me mad. I intentionally want to be happy. I do the things that makes me happy within. Yes. You are an addition to that happiness. Me allowing you into my life is the cherry on top, and you allowing me into your life, I should be the cherry on top of yours, not the whole cake.
Right.
So when you do the work, when you heal yourself, when you become one with yourself, then you're presenting this to someone else. Like I said, it's just like McDonald's. You specifically go there for burgers. You never ever in your life seen anybody go to McDonald's and say, "Can I get 5 chicken tacos?" You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because it's automatic that they sell hamburgers. Yep. That's because they've established that they're strong in burgers. This is what they do. This is what works for them. This is their foundation. This is who they are. Yep. You should be the same way in your relationships. What you see is what you get. Present that person.
Great share. So I want to give people an opportunity to connect with you, Renee. This has been great. I trust that you're already changed just because you clicked on this. And whether if you're live and you want to attend a relationship, how about a transformational relationship weekend? How would you like to work yourself, improve every relationship in your life? Gosh, I've studied some of the greats. I've made almost all the mistakes. But let's connect. If you want to connect with Renee, I believe there's a link. Let me see if I got that link here. Yes, I'm going to share that link with everyone. And let's talk, just as we close, do you have any tips for somebody that would be, wanting to get back out there again in the dating world? What would you give them? Like what tips would you give them if they're wanting to get back out there? Where should they start? What should they do? Should they take some inventory first? Like, what would you recommend?
Yeah, definitely. It's funny you say that because I always recommend that. My first tip would be, the first thing first is be true to yourself. That's the first thing. Are you really ready emotionally? And if you are not, then I always suggest therapy. I always suggest coaching, having someone to assist you with this new process, because you've been out of it for a long time, or you've been doing it wrong for a long time. So the best thing you can do for yourself is hire a professional to assist you to even determine if it's time for you to start dating.
Yeah, exactly. So take some inventory of yourself. And this can be a tough one. What I've found in working with folks, it's hard to look inside. It really can be hard. It can be challenging. And that's why coaches like Renee, I'm doing more relationship coaching now too, because people are reaching out to me to be able to go and figure out what your priorities are, what's important to you, what areas are you deficient, and that's why I created the 9 questions to identify and remove limiting beliefs, because I had a lot of limiting beliefs inside of me. Mm-hmm. Some of them were known and some of them were unknown. and they really held me back. They caused me to not show up in relationships. They caused me to shrink when I needed to step up, and they really destroyed a lot of things in my life to this point. But you know what? If you're like me, you didn't take the easy road, nor did you take the short road, but you're still going to end up on time, and that's why you're
Right.
into this. And now we have tools, resources, coaches, mentors, programs, immersive weekends to help you move forward. You don't have to
Mhm.
stay where you are anymore.
No, no,
Move forward.
I totally agree.
So final words, Renee, as we close out.
Okay. So I would say that if you are feeling inadequate or insecure or just feeling lost with getting back into the dating world, it's totally understandable because it is only look by looking inside will you find it. That is so true, Manny. You do have to look within, because, like I said, to thine own self be true. But your first step is number one, be honest with yourself. Am I really ready? Number two, what do I need to do to let go of every past relationship that could come back and haunt me in a new relationship? Because if you don't, you will not be successful. And
Yes.
so you can click on the link, set up. I have a consultation. You have 3 different consultations, and I have coaching packages as well. But you can set up a 15-minute free consultation with me so we can discuss your needs and are you really ready? And we can move forward from there.
Take advantage of that. That's a 15-minute free consultation right there. So you can, that's if you look at that, it's https:// it's Linktree, but it's TR.ee/ the Perfect Gentleman's Club. We put the link in the YouTube chat. We put it in the Facebook chat. It's at the bottom of the screen. You can also, if you didn't get it, just type in the comments that you want to connect with Renee or myself. And if you want, I am looking to do an immersive weekend on relationships. I've had people ask me for it. I've had people reach out to me for relationship coaching. I can't run anymore. Like it's something that I will do in the scope because it's all connected. The transformational space, relationships. We're going to do a lot of great things next year. All you got to do is stay plugged in. And Mandy, if you could share the 9 questions so people want to get that, they can. It's a free PDF to overcome those limiting beliefs. This has been a fantastic time with you today,
Yes.
Renee. I'm so grateful that you showed up today, that you poured out this knowledge, wisdom that you have in working with men and women. And we just want you to, let's be a part of the healing with ourselves. Once we
Definitely.
heal, we get better relationships and we help other people heal. That's how this.
Yes, yes. So I am ready to meet your needs. I am your dating coach. I am here to help empower and equip you. So please take advantage of that if you are looking for your 2022 to be full of healthy relationships. If you're on the horizon for, even I can even help you transition from leaving relationships because there are some people that actually really want to get out of relationships that they are connected to, but they don't know how. And it's just unhealthy and very toxic. So I can assist with that as well. So please take advantage of that. I am here to help you.
There you go. That's a great offer. And that's a one that we'll have to do on another topic. But people that are in relationships and they know it's time to leave. And that's a reality, by the way. I don't run from that. Like, I'm not here to run from it. There's relationships that need to end, period. And
Right.
knowing to do that is important. So thanks for throwing that out there, Renee. All right, everyone. God bless. Have a great day. Join us Friday for Flashpoint TV. We're going to talk about the new year. Maybe I'll have Renee back on Friday if she's free. And we're just going to really prime the pump, if you will. We're going to stoke the fire. We're going to get some things moving inside to get ready for 2022.
Yes,
That's Friday,
yes.
12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And Austin, check this out. Also on the link tree for those who are dating, you can click on the link and go to my book. It's called Rules of Dating. So that is a perfect guide for you as well while you're on your dating journey.
There you go. So I'm glad you brought that up. There's a book there, Rules of Dating, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, everyone. This has been great.
All right.
So much for being here.
It was a pleasure being here with you all. You all have a wonderful day.
Wonderful day. Happy New Year. Bye for now.